Monsters, Muppets, Muppets, monsters. They're like the same thing.
They are like the same thing.
There's a monster at the end of this book.
Makes me sad.
Hello.
Ready?
And what? Oh. You can't stop me midstream like that. Hello and welcome to the ParkStop podcast, episode 71. My name is Alicia Stella, and joining me as always is my co-host Ian.
Hey, kids.
And today we are talking about
Sadness.
We're talking about the all-new Monsters, Inc. land coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
So maybe excitement? I don't know.
Isn't that wonderful, y'all? We get a whole new land.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the new ride and the new show and the new restaurants and shopping and all the new fun stuff that'll be taking over the Muppets area.
Boo. Boo. I mean, I'm not surprised either, to be fair, but
I don't know why I'm wasting all of my good voice on that. Now I'm going to have a completely lost voice.
All right.
Yeah.
What are we starting with?
We should start with the official information.
Oh, do we have to?
We have to.
It's like 2 paragraphs.
I cannot believe there is not a press release on the official press site, and there is no, I have a brand folder that they upload all of the photos to. Mm-hmm. Nothing. It is literally just, it's not on social media as far as I can tell too. It is just on the Parks blog, the Disney Parks blog.
Insanity.
And I can read the entire article and it'll be like what I thought was a blurb.
Okay, ready, go. Official information.
Get ready to open the door because Mike and Sully are coming to town. That's it. That's all they told us. No, I like how they bury the lead here. We'll be able to enter the world of Monsters, Inc. when it's added to the south side of Disney's Hollywood Studios. Building off the exciting announcements from D23, the new land will include the coaster we've all dreamed of, a suspended ride recreating the door vault scene, plus dining and shopping and a whole new theater show. Ooh, it says whole new. Can't just be MILF. To make way for the monsters, Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, and more of their friends will be moving right along to Sunset Boulevard. I see what you did there.
Ooh.
But there's more to the story. The Muppets will be taking over Rock and Roller Coaster, teaming up with some of music's biggest stars for a rock and music festival.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
We knew they were holding off on the announcement because they were trying to figure out a consolation prize for us.
Yeah. Also, why does it? Can we get some Muppet songs too? Like, does it have to be all like Muppet covers and duos or whatever they're going to do with these like songs?
If it was random Muppet songs, like Moving Right Along or like a new rockin' version of Rainbow Connection, imagine that.
So good. Can we have some of that?
Maybe
does it have to be joining up with other people.
Maybe it'll be modern. Maybe Michael Bublé will be singing.
That's
Moving Right Along.
Rock and roll. It's not a rock and roller coaster.
I'm trying to think of who Disney would hire that would be like not necessarily famous now, but also technically timeless by their standards.
That's a lame list.
I'd be fine if it was Miley Cyrus.
I think people would be all right with that.
Get some Disney alum in there, but not necessarily the new blood.
Yeah, I don't care either way, but I would just like some Muppet songs. If you're going to retheme it to Muppets, then can we have some Muppet songs?
I want all Muppet songs. I don't mind if they're new renditions, so they're more happening for the fast coaster.
Yeah, that's fine with me. But I don't need them to team up with people. And I'm like, just do Muppet songs. Just do Muppet songs.
Continuing with the official information, it says, we know so many of you share our love for the Muppets and know their energy will be perfect for this coaster. Plus, as the first Disney ride to ever feature the Muppets, God, that's sad, there's sure to be laughter, screams, and new tunes for this attraction for fans to enjoy throughout the adventure and plenty of Muppets-themed merchandise on Sunset Boulevard. Oh, well, that would be a nice change of pace, considering you closed the gift shop 4 years ago and never opened it.
Right?
In the meantime, there is still enough time to catch a super stretch limo to the Forum and enjoy Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith and catch Muppet-Vision 3D again before their final curtain calls. And yet we won't tell you when that date will be.
Nope.
As we move forward with these changes, we are having this is where it gets all solemn, As we move forward with these changes, we're having creative conversations and exploring ways to preserve the film and other parts of the experience for fans to enjoy in the future.
And what's the last part?
No doubt there are a lot of new adventures planned for Disney's Hollywood Studios, and we'll have more details to share next year. For now, stay tuned to the Disney Parks blog for more rocket updates.
Okay, you turned into a Muppet for the last one. That was good.
I'm Waldo, the spirit of 3D.
That's actually pretty good. The Rock and Roller Coaster art, I think it's kind of funny that on the license plate that says Muppets with 1-3 for a back. I'm like, they make vanity plates. Can we stop with that silliness now?
Can anyone tell me how to get out of this film?
Exactly right. All right, so what do we think? What do you
I can
think?
start my own football team. Okay, let's be serious for a minute.
I don't know if we know how to do that. Do we?
What kind of foolishness would you like to see?
It's gonna be a long podcast.
I think we're delirious from this announcement at this point.
I mean, we kind of all saw it coming, right? We were hoping that it wasn't going to happen, but we kind of all saw it coming.
So, I just had a thought.
Yeah.
The coffee's kicking in.
That's dangerous. What are you hitting?
Is a Post-it notepad against the table? So a lot of people thought, okay, the Hall of Presidents will get replaced with Muppets, or like the Muppet Hall of Presidents, or like Muppets history, but mostly the American parts or something. And then other people were like, maybe they can move Muppet-Vision. We're in the bargaining phase. We'll move Muppet-Vision to a different theater, like the Magic Eye Theater in Epcot, which is just showing DVD shorts, or like we can move it. Should move it to Pittsburgh, but like we need to. All I'm going to do is randomly quote Muppet-Vision for this entire episode.
I know.
So Rock and Roller Coaster. I don't want to say it's out of left field because it was a rumor everyone was talking about 3 years ago.
yeah, exactly. We all know that was changing.
Well, we saw the show on Disney Plus, and we're like, are they in the recording booth at Rock and Roller Coaster right now? Like, did they film the pre-show at the same time they filmed this?
Probably.
That's what Scott Gustin put a side-by-side comparison. It is pretty close. But it's been years, so like we thought, okay, maybe not. And then, of course, Monsters Inc. has to take over this area because that way they can keep the entire city facades intact and just add a little bit more, and boom, monsters.
You mean it's cheaper?
It's not just cheaper, it's smarter because they have existing infrastructure.
Is it smarter, though, to like kind of lose Jim Henson's last film just to save money on building?
I mean, this is a larger area than Animation Courtyard's courtyard.
So like it'll
feel like a more fleshed out. Here's what I think when they say they're going to, because there was an and in here.
Yeah.
It says they're having creative conversations and exploring ways to preserve the film.
Disney
and
Plus.
Then the film, yeah, exactly. And then separately, and other parts of the experience. Those are two separate things.
Those are two separate things.
You know what I think?
I think the theater's still going to fall apart in Monsters. That's what I think.
I think that's pretty good, actually. I think they'll take the animatronics from the show and jam them into the ride somehow. Whether it be like pre-show has a bunch of penguins for no reason, or like the Swedish Chef will come up with a cannon for some reason. Like, what if they do what they did with Snow White's Scary Adventure and just incorporate existing assets into the new ride that they stole from the old one?
They probably could. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if the chef launched us on the coaster with the cannon. Kind of fun. I mean, it would be cool. That's a fair number of animatronics to save, though. Like
Sweetums in the costume comes out and he gets the Les Paul, the black Les Paul.
We need to be. Well, you know what? though? We need to be heckled when we get off the ride. That needs to happen.
Oh, those animatronics, those are the best ones. And like, if there's multiple pre-show rooms, you can't have multiple Waldorf and Statlers if they only have the one set.
No, we need them.
Those must be in the queue.
Oh, I was hoping they'd heckle us when we get off the ride, like laughing at us. That's what I want. I think that'd be way more fun. I love those two.
They drove all the way around the city. Yeah, and they ended up in the same place they started.
See? It needs to be at the end. It needs to be making fun of us. Oh, I love those guys. Those are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, sweet. Now I'm stuck on Sweetums grabbing a black Les Paul. You know, there's
Super.
going to be references to that ride too. There's got to be.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I love that idea. The animatronic
man.
Waldorf holds up his 3 fingers. So I've already gone through most of the stages of grief. I'm trying to use this podcast as acceptance.
I mean, like I said, I don't think any of us are shocked. It just kind of sucks. It's, you know, I know the old, like, Walt said it's not a museum, but like that's like kind of a sacred thing, man. That's Henson's last film.
But no, we'll preserve the film on Disney
Yeah,
Plus
but
for generations
preserving
to
the
see.
film on Disney Plus is not the same.
That's like an oxymoron.
I
Because
know.
like for some reason, Noelle, the Christmas movie that opened with Disney Plus, will be on there forever. But the
Yeah,
Willow
of
series
course.
is gone the second it aired. Like we put things on Disney Plus just to write them off and take them off.
Pretty much. I don't know. We'll see what their new show is. I'm not really surprised. I like the Monsters movies, but I'm not overly excited for the land. Like, I don't know.
I am.
I
I
I'm
am
kind of like 50-50 on
I'm
this
in
one.
acceptance here, and I'm trying to make the best of this. You know what the show could be? That because they have like this in the concept art, the Muppets Theater finally looks fleshed out and has nice marquee. Well, I mean the existing marquee, but then like a top part that looks like
Yeah.
Pantages, and it says Monstro.
Yeah, the Monstro.
You know, it would be great to have in there a musical.
A giant whale.
A
Sorry.
musical that Mike and Sully have been practicing for. And it has a music, the big musical number. Put that thing back, or so help me.
Does this mean we can lose the laugh floor?
No, it's definitely not going away because it says new show. Laugh Floor stays forever. The same
I didn't
way
say
that
it was moving. I'm just saying, does that mean we can move
Buzz
on
Lightyear
from that?
Space Ranger Spin is there, even though we have the far superior Toy Story Mania. So why not?
Well,
why not?
Now they're both kind of like going to be outdated ridiculously. So can we lose them both and fix Tomorrowland too?
Put that thing back, or so help me.
Okay. Anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong. Laugh Floor is fun like a couple times, but like,
it's always, I want to say it's always different, but it's always got different parts. Like it's somewhat different. People send in their own jokes, so there is at least, and you don't know which of the Muppets, which of the monsters you'll get at the beginning.
Yeah.
So like there is some rewritability to it.
Sort of.
I have.
It's not bad though.
On social media, the Henson Company has released a statement.
They did.
Have you seen this?
I did. I read it.
Oh, I thought you were going to pretend that you hadn't seen it.
I mean, okay. I did not see the Henson thing. Why would I pay attention to the Henson?
This is entirely
company?
new information. And I'm going to read this. This is longer than the blog post.
Shockingly. Oh, like they actually care. Sorry. Did I say that out loud?
It's not actually longer. You know they care because they use that asterisk in Muppet-Vision. That's how you know a true fan.
Oh, yeah, for real.
Jim Henson's final project was Muppet-Vision 3D, now regarded as a true theme park classic. Ooh, right out of the gate. Like, they're throwing hands.
Just
Innovation was always Jim Henson's North Star, and his trailblazing career led him to a unique challenge, a truly immersive Muppet experience where audiences are part of the happy chaos of the iconic Muppet Show. Originally debuting, and as a little history lesson, in 1991, Muppet-Vision 3D combined 3D technology with real-world practical effects alongside animatronic and live Muppet characters. There's one live Muppet. The result was a one-of-a-kind Jim Henson experience and an unforgettable capstone to Jim's magnificent career. Oh, that's going to make me cry.
Yeah, that's rough.
As we learn of the show's upcoming... Well, like no one told them. As we learn of the show's upcoming closure in its current form, interesting, at Disney's Hollywood Studios, we look forward to Muppet-Vision 3D's next act.
Disney Plus.
I don't like. There's a. Again, I'm back to bargaining. There's.
Yeah, I know.
The theater, the former Racing Academy Theater soundstage turned into multi-purpose space next to Rock and Roller Coaster is being transformed into a villain show right now.
You know what? It's right next to Rock and Roller Coaster, so right. I like where you're going.
And because it's right next to that, yes, we could extend a Muppet area. We could have a new Muppet courtyard. We could have the Muppet merch, the Rock and Roller Coaster, and then a show on the right. And it could be, I would say, a condensed version of Muppet-Vision 3D with maybe some less thing. Maybe we lose the penguins, but we keep Waldorf and
No,
Statler
what?
and the Swedish Chef. We gotta lose something. You gotta compromise. Maybe
Oh,
we lose
fine.
Bean Bunny in the and we do a Musion. We do a Musion Bean Bunny on the left for the end. It's a compromise. We make a
I'm
small.
okay. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe not as bad as when PhilharMagic went to California, where they don't do the big screen thing.
Yeah, that's bad.
But they are redoing that area, that building for this villain show, which I think is like a stopgap for in between while we wait for Villains Land. I don't think it's going to last, especially if we're going to have a closed Rock and Roller Coaster for a retheme. Maybe that's why they want to do a Villains thing, so that they can have some capacity in the park, closing Muppet-Vision, closing Rock and Roller Coaster. But they're revamping the theater. Maybe they put in real seats and not bleachers. Maybe they put in real walls. maybe they get it ready so that when Villains is done, they can swap it out with a Muppet-Vision 3D light.
That'd be nice.
It could happen.
It could, but I'm not going to hold my breath. But it could. I do know that the outcry was pretty loud. So it seems like they are themselves seem to be in a bargaining stage trying to like do what they're doing. So I don't know.
Well, the Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy is very much a temporary.
Oh yeah,
It's not like a big people eater or something. This isn't like a Frozen sing-along giant theater. This was a small little, anyone who happens to be straggling at the edge of the park and doesn't want to walk back Sunset just yet can sit down for 15 minutes. So maybe Muppet-Vision 3D Lite could be that, where they don't invest a lot of cast members, they don't invest a lot of whatever, and it's just like, hey, if you still want to see this in 3D on a screen, we have this trailer set up. You can go watch it on Billy Bob's TV in this room. It's just a backup for the fans for like 5 or 6 years, and then they give up and close it. Like, just it's a compromise. It's the bare minimum. Maybe it'll have the Swedish Chef and the Waldorf and Statler, and like honestly, that's all that we really need. Sweetums doesn't have to walk out.
Yes, he does.
We'll B-mode most of the effects.
No, Sweetums has to walk out.
Do we need Bubbles really? Although Bubbles is cheap, maybe we still do Bubbles.
Maybe. I mean, I've seen it many times without the bubbles, and the bubbles definitely help, but it's not. I mean, I could deal without it.
Right. We cut some corners here and there. We still get the experience.
Disney's good at that. Wait, did I say that out loud?
Because Muppet-Vision 3D at home without the 3D is just Muppet-Vision. Yeah,
exactly. And without the 4D, it's just Muppet-Vision.
And we have that. It's from Martin's Vids. Go check out on YouTube Martin's Vids. Muppet-Vision 2D. It is amazing. He did that years ago, and it's multicam, and it shows the animatronics. It shows wide views when it needs to, and it is actually filmed in 2D. Like, I think they projected it 2D just for him.
That's pretty cool.
It's not blurry in any way. It is a perfect tribute.
That's really cool.
And I think it's probably better than I've seen their live rebroadcasts of fireworks on Disney Plus. Trust me, Martin Vids is going to be better than what they put on there.
Martin Vids are great for sure. Okay, let's get out of the copium area here. Should we talk about the stuff we're seeing in the Grand Avenue?
Hold on, I'm still in the bargaining. I went back to bargaining. I'm going to work my way back to the beginning.
But we're doing bargaining still.
Let's go back to anger.
Back to anger.
Let's go
back to disappointment.
Let's go all the way back to shock.
Okay, let's go.
We're not talking about the elephant in the room here. Pizza Rizzo is closing.
I knew it was coming.
I waited 20 minutes before bringing it up.
I tried to avoid it. I know, you're very sad, but it's really not. It's going to be Monsters Pizza, right?
I'm going tomorrow.
Of course you are.
Wearing all my Pizza Rizzo like swag.
We need to have a Pizza Rizzo send-off party.
And I'm bringing Rizzo with me, and I have a black veil. Because it's a funeral.
Did you hear what I said we need to do?
Yes, I heard what you said we need to do.
We're going to have a meet and greet in the banquet hall. Everybody pack your stuff. Let's go.
I'm going to invite as many people as I can. There are 2 booths in the very back upstairs that are facing forward, and we're going to get a Last Supper photo.
Okay, but what you got to tell? I can't do that tomorrow. You got to tell me more.
Not tomorrow. No, whenever they tell us when it's. I'm waiting till they tell us when it's actually closing. I really hope they tell us, and then we'll do a Last Supper because it needs to be literally like the end of Don't Look Up. We need to know. We need to sit there and go. we really had everything, didn't we? Like, we need to know that it's actually going to close the next day and then go then.
Are we gonna Rochambeau for who gets to be Jesus? I mean, I do have a beard.
Oh my God, I'm cutting this out. It's pretty clear who gets to be in the center.
I know.
It's Rizzo.
Rizzo.
So
at least we agreed on that.
if you look at the concept art for Monsters Inc. Monstropolis taking over Muppet Courtyard, Grand Avenue area, I do think it's interesting that there's like all the infrastructure is retained except for the Studio One store, all of it, because you can see the fountain is even still there.
It looks like they're gonna alter the little Mama Melrose area though a little bit to get Harryhausen's in there.
That's added, but it's not like they're not losing anything.
It's
just
sort
added.
of. It's sort of added. I was looking at the map. It looks like they're expanding the building. Is kind of what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. The left facade is already there.
Yeah, it is.
They're just adding the Harryhausen's to the right. I'm impressed by all of the fake facade on top of Muppet-Vision.
My favorite fake facade is the one right in front of the manufacturing building because it's literally just a facade. There's nothing behind it.
Yes, the little bit on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good
stuff. That
stuff.
makes me laugh. Considering what they're doing, it does actually look pretty good. I mean, I'm not really mad at it. It
looks like it's abutted right up to, like, weirdly, catty corner. The coaster building goes right up against Rise of the Resistance.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, like, this is a wide building.
It is. I mean, it looks pretty much the same for the most part. They're just doing some touch-ups and removing a building. I mean...
The bathrooms, Gonzo's Royal Flush, with a water tower on top, is exactly the same, but now it has teeth.
Yep.
Pizza Rizzo with a water tower on top is exactly the same. Even the billboard that says it's rat pizza is right there still.
It is.
It is exactly the same. The stairs to go up is exactly the same spot. We can't see the front of it, but I guarantee this will be a pizza restaurant when it opens.
It's going to be.
Monsters Pizza. And the pizza will be Mike Wazowski's eye.
No, Sully's Pizza. Oh, yeah, Mike Wazowski. Damn it.
He's on.
The round thing.
Oh, I like how Mike and Sully are on that billboard, but Mike isn't covered up by the Monsters logo. We need to fix that. I know.
We need to fix that.
No, I think
why is there's a laugh floor sign over there?
It's an advert for a different place.
I know. I'm just saying. That's what I see though, right? I'm asking.
Yeah, above Mama Melrose. I think Mama Melrose is being expanded and the Harryhausen's entrance is just like the entry area.
Yeah.
And maybe a bar.
Yeah, it's not very big for a restaurant.
all of the restaurant, like, is it all of them? At least two of the restaurants at Hollywood Studios have an adjacent bar. Like, Baseline Tap House is a waiting area, or originally was a waiting area for sci-fi. It has an open door there. So when you get your name called, you could be having a beer while you wait. But even more directly, Primetime has a bar.
It does.
While you wait for your table.
I've had drinks there.
So this could be Harryhausen's. You enter, and there's the greeter there, and then there could be a bar while you wait for your table, and then you go into the existing Mama Melrose.
Yeah, because there's more walk space behind that other facade there, so it could take you right into it.
In the foreground there, attached to Mama Melrose in the corner, was a Christmas store that has also not been open in years.
Yep.
So is that our only shopping location other than carts? Are they Toy Story landing this? Like, are we just gonna have carts for the shopping?
There's going to be an exit out of the. There's going to be an exit gift shop out of the ride, right? Out of the coaster too.
Yeah.
There's gotta be. So it's probably going to be two stores.
So two inside stores. It just seems like Monstropolis would be a great way to do a Diagon Alley situation where you have multiple shops, and they're not. They're just not.
I was going to say they don't have a whole lot of space once they lose the main store.
Unless they turn Pizza Rizzo into shopping, which is the only building not themed as shopping, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it's a warehouse.
Is there a way they could separate Pizza Rizzo and a partial shop into a partial store?
You shut your mouth. I think the Christmas store could be expanded to accommodate the newly added Mama Melrose expansion for Harryhausen. Nah, they just want more seating.
It's just, I don't think so. I'm trying to compare and contrast the two, but it's kind of hard to because you can't see in that one little corner in front of Pizza Rizzo.
Do you think Harryhausen's will be a sushi Japanese restaurant? It's got chopsticks as a logo.
There's going to have to be something like that, but maybe it'll be something more like, I don't know, like pho or something else too. There's got to be something like noodly, like ramen or something for the kids might want to eat too.
Yeah. Eyeball ramen. and there's
Yeah.
and there's like pearl onions in it.
I hate to say it, but I think Universal would pull off the food better there.
Lately they've
Yeah.
been doing the theming what better. And you know what? Disney just makes everything really weird and like copies a different culture and then calls it tip yip.
I know,
Like,
it's weird. Here's some Asian bowls. It's space. It's aliens. All right, good. Let's go. Even though,
it's
I
the
mean,
best food. Shut up,
I
you
know it's good
saltoast. Don't
food.
you
It's good.
besmirch my satuli and its
I'm
breakfast
not.
back.
I'm not. I'm just saying
This
what
whole
it
podcast
is.
should be about breakfast back at Satuli. Why did
Oh,
we're
that would
sleeping
be.
on the headline here?
Yeah, you should be talking about that. That's your deal for sure. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty much the same. I'm trying to go between the picture and the map, but obviously on Google Maps, I can't angle it the same to try and get a similar perspective.
There's
But
there's a
looks the same.
little backstage entrance to the left of the main entrance for Muppet-Vision 3D, and I
Mhm.
see a little red canopy that's there
Yep.
now that wasn't. I don't think it's there
No, it's
in the
not there.
real. That could be turned into some kind of gift shop if they're utilizing some of the like backstage area that's unutilized.
Yeah, if they
They
change
could be
the end,
cramming in some gift shops.
they could put a little gift shop there too. If they, especially if they kind of tone down the queue kind of stuff too.
You know what I don't see?
What don't you see?
A playground.
Yeah, I don't see a
Remember
playground.
that in the art that was like the art of animation area?
Yeah.
That playground is not in this version.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty nice. There's going to be a little like gardeny area too to hang out in, which is kind of nice with a little cover, which is, trees and stuff is nice.
Well, there is seating there now, but they're individual umbrellas. I do like that
Yeah,
covered
but
area better.
Yeah, with the building gone, it'll make the space feel a little
Yeah,
more
all
open.
those trees there. Yeah, it opens
it'll
it
be
all
nice.
up. Yeah.
It'll be nice.
Where would the meet and greets be? Maybe that's what the canopy is next to Muppet Vision.
Maybe.
Or no, it's going to be in the giant building. So the giant building isn't a giant roller coaster. It's a kiddie coaster with other assets
Yeah,
added.
it's multi-use giant
Maybe it'll
building.
be like Mission Space and there's a kids play area in the post show.
Who knows? Maybe.
Actually, that would be smart because like you could theme it as one of the the Disney Plus show from Pixar. You could theme it as the work crew and you have to like repair stuff.
Did they add teeth to that clock tower?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's got at the top.
Yeah.
Well, it's got an eyeball around the clock.
Yeah, I know it's got an eyeball around the clock. I can't
And
remember the teeth part.
We were talking before we started recording and wondering if Baseline Tap House and the remaining Streets of America Grand Avenue gets re-themed. The tunnel into Galaxy's Edge looks the same.
Yeah.
And there does appear to be a delineated Monstropolis entrance gate. But there are Monsters cars parked on there, and there is a Monsters street lamp.
There's also brickwork for the street, which isn't there now. It's asphalt.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
But
So
at the
maybe
same-
Grand
at the-
Avenue is Monstropoly.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like that street is already a city, so I mean they don't really have to change anything, and they put some cars out there. It's kind of done, you know what I
So
mean?
like if you're facing Monstropolis, it's kind of spilling out only to the front of it. But if you turn
Yeah.
around, you get
it still
Grand
looks like
Avenue.
It still looks like the city anyway. So yeah,
it's like a transitional period area.
yeah, that's
And
what I'm
Baseline
thinking.
is furthest away from it, so it gets to stay.
Do not touch my baseline. I'm losing Muppet Vision. That's bad enough.
Do you see Mike's new car is parked in front of the Monstro?
I do see.
That's from a short.
Is that going to be a Magic Eye movie? Sorry.
Oh God.
Sorry. I'm here for the bad
it's
jokes.
gonna
That's
be
my job.
gonna be a live show, a musical,
I'm
like they
never
did with
going
that
in there.
musical.
Never going in there, so I'm not worried about it.
They did that with that Avengers musical, where they like made
Oh,
something
yeah,
that was
yeah,
a
yeah.
one-off joke into a full show.
That I will see, because that's funny.
Put that thing back where you found it.
So help me.
Boom, 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 boom.
Is that an eye fountain? Kind of like the
I guess.
like the alien fountain at Epcot?
Mm-hmm. Do you get to spin it?
I don't
Like
know.
the one at Tomorrowland?
That's what I'm.
R.I.P.?
Oh yeah, Tomorrowland. Jeez, Epcot. Jeez, I'm so tired. Yeah, the alien.
I knew
ball.
what you were talking about.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not awake.
This is
enough.
riveting radio, by the way. Hey, we're looking at a picture and looking. Play along at
It's
home,
an
folks.
eyeball sitting on top of a fountain that looks reminiscent to
Play
the
along
alien
at
thing.
home, folks.
I mean, this is what we always do. We always look at pictures and talk about them.
So on social media, I did make the joke months ago that if they take over this area, I will
Yeah.
just, because everyone's like, what are you going to do if they close Pizza Rizzo? And I made the joke. I was 100% serious. I will just make whatever pizza restaurant they retheme it to my entire personality.
Again.
Um,
But your entire personality has now expanded to all rats that are anything. Because
Can you imagine if they invent a new monster rat?
Oh, jeez. You were petting a rat inside the Mr. Sweets.
Oh yeah, I love theme park rats. I also love the Earl the squirrel. If anyone has buck teeth, I commune with them. I have the same teeth.
Kronk has buck teeth, so you know.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's got to be some kind of Rizzo. There's going to be, I'm going to guess, like a Rizzo Godzilla in the monsters, like a picture of that.
Oh, like a little nod, like they had the best pizza on the planet for Pizza Planet.
Reference. Yeah.
That'd be like it's monster rat pizza. It's a giant rat. It's giant pizza.
Ratzilla.
God, if they change it, if I lose the actual, here's the thing too. If you go down Sunset right now, you know what? I was actually thinking I need to do this live right here on the radio. I don't know why I keep calling it the radio. I'm gonna pull up the app. The My Disney Experience app.
Yes.
I'm going to zoom out of Magic Kingdom, that is the default. Zoom into Disney's Hollywood Studios.
It's so user-friendly.
It is. Go to dining, Catalina Eddie's, and it still does. Catalina Eddie's has the Pizza Rizzo pizzas. It is an outdoor cafe, and it is directly next to Rock and Roller Coaster.
Shocking.
If it were me, I might consider changing the name to Catalina Eddie's to maybe like, I don't know.
Pizza Rizzo Express.
Pizza Rizzo Express. It's a window. You order it. And I would do this immediately. The second it closes, the next day, there's a sign and it's literally tacked on top. They love putting like turducken style signs of theming on top of other theming.
Yeah, of course.
So just take the Catalina Eddie's sign that's already there and have a handwritten, hand-painted sign that says Pizza Rizzo Express, and then like have like a little paintbrush still sitting there in a bucket of paint with little rat footprints going down the side of the building.
I can
like
do it.
He took it over just for a year while they rebuild.
I think he should just paint over the sign so like nothing changes and just write it over it.
So I want it to be a piece of wood. I want it to be the Tiki Room under new management style of paint.
I gotcha.
I want to see Catalina Eddie's kind of sticking out the side still.
Yeah, I was thinking even cheaper. Just cover it and then just write over it. This
one has breadsticks as the side. What is it? Serve with a Caesar salad. Hooray! It's still the same.
You're way too excited about this.
The only thing we're losing is a veggie pizza, which we already lost last month or a couple months ago. They switched it to mushroom pizza, and it's not as good. So you can get the meatball sub, the pepperoni and sausage pizza, the pepperoni pizza, and the cheese pizza, all served with a side Caesar salad. Pizza Rizzo Express.
See, this is why they should hire you to do this stuff.
I know what's up. Now, all we have to do is bring over the cannoli, because I don't care about a toffee and coconut blondie. And we'll be good to go. I can keep my order the same.
Okay. I know you're very excited.
Seriously, Disney, if you're listening to me, Pizza Rizzo Express, paint it on the sign.
They're listening.
It's so easy. You could do it tomorrow. I'll bring the paint. I'll make the sign. We can go to Home Depot right now. Or the rat footprints are very important. You need to have this placemaking.
We can 3D print something and then just use it to make the rat footprints. It'll be fine.
Monsters at Work. That's what it's called. Because I was going to say you could have a sign out in front of a Rock Roller Coaster that says Muppets at Work. Please visit us at Pizza Rizzo Express.
Oh, yeah, you're just going to go. We're just going to live over there now when we go to these parks.
Now's a good time to go to Pizza Rizzo Express too, Catalina Eddie's, because it's the weather is not hot. The reason I like my round, small bread bowl pizzas at Pizza Rizzo is because it's air conditioned.
And the theming's fun. The banquet hall is great. I like the little banquet hall.
Yeah, but it doesn't have my schmaltzy Italian music, so I don't sit in there.
I know.
Also, the AC's not pumping in that room.
You just want your pizza.
I mean, I can get a Pizzafari, but why would I go to Pizzafari when Satuli is at the back of that?
Yeah, exactly. You just want your wrap pizza.
Pizzafari at Animal Kingdom didn't used to come with a side Caesar salad, so I was always like, well, it's not the same experience. Now it does.
They're catching
So
on. See, they
yeah,
listen. They listen to
everyone
us.
knows Pizzerizzo was the superior version of this experience. We've devoted like 20 minutes to Pizzerizzo now.
Like, that's unusual. Like, people would expect anything less from this podcast. They
Mm.
love they love
um,
that you love
did
Pizza
we
Rizzo.
cover all facets of this announcement yet?
I think so. I mean, it wasn't a very big announcement. I mean,
It was earth shattering,
it
but we all
was.
expected it to happen.
We did, and like I said, to be fair, the area looks nice. It looks like they're doing a good thing. Like, if they
It
have to change
does
it, it looks
retheme
good.
really well.
It
Like
does.
they made, oh god, I can't say those words, I'll be like canceled, but I think they made the right choice.
No,
Oh,
no, I
that
disagree.
feels that
Nope,
feels wrong.
nope, I disagree. I
As
think
a
they.
business, if I was going to put Monstropolis into this park, I'd pick the one that already looks like Monstropolis.
No, oh, because I think there was a time when Disney would have done the hard thing to make everything work.
I mean, when they did Galaxy's Edge and Toy Story Land, they could have done the easy thing and rethemed Echo Lake and kept Star Tours, which was the original plan. Instead, they did knock down stuff
You're
and
proving
then
my point.
expand. No, they knocked down nothing. There was nothing of use
I
there.
know. That's what I'm saying, though. You're proving my point. There was a time when they would do the
It
hard.
wasn't
They
that
would
long
make the
ago.
hard.
I'm saying, like, it wasn't
I
that
know,
long
but
ago.
there was a time they would have
But
done
they
the hard thing.
expanded the park in two directions and made it bigger. And yes, that would have been, but this is expanding the park. They're putting a ride. That's something also too people need to understand. I'm seeing complaints that like we're losing an all ages, no height requirement show for a coaster, but that's not true. We're getting another show and a coaster. So this is actually adding capacity to Hollywood Studios
They could
for
have done.
once.
They could have done that in the other spot. They just lost some parking spaces, and
Now, that is the one last thing we do have to talk about
they could have done
is
it.
the former animation courtyard area, which is for some reason still Launch Bay.
They could have done it.
Disney Junior, still a worthy attraction worth keeping. The Little Mermaid being redone because the animation courtyard is pretty small. Even if you demolish all of the offices behind it and even the parking garage, I don't think you'd have as much space as you do here for the ride and the city street.
Depends on how far back they went, but potentially.
Eventually, you hit a road. You can't go too far back.
Yeah, I know. Well, they could go all the way to that last road.
To have it be this full scale, you'd have to retheme the Little Mermaid Theater, I think, to have it full scale.
I'm looking at Google Google Earth, and it's the space minus the roller coaster, which is a big building. Don't get me wrong, but
It's what I'm talking about.
I know,
The
but
roller
I'm saying
coaster would take up half of it.
It's half of it, but they could do it if they just went all the way out and just like got rid of those other buildings back there too. But
Those are useful.
they could just double the size of something else. There's parking lots all over the place back there, and they have space that they could build more parking lots and more buildings.
The
Not a lot,
rumor
but some.
is they're saving that for an expansion that can't look like this. Something they build there that will look different than these facades that already exist in Muppets. So that if you're going to demolish it all and start over anyway, you might as well do something that has to be purpose built from the beginning. So I get the business decision to save that. I don't get the business decision to leave Launch Bay open because
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's
weird.
messy. I think it's gross to have so many Star Wars things in one park. Do we really need 3 different Star Wars things in one park?
Yeah, I think Launch Bay can go. I mean, if you're going to eventually knock it down, I think having the space right now would be nicer, to be honest, just to walk through, because that area is a little congested.
I honestly would put up a fake temporary wall covering the whole thing and just put like a meet and greet out front or something. Like it's such a complete waste of space to walk through there. I would be angry at the end of it. I'm like, why did I just walk through there? Disney Junior, Little Mermaid, I get it. Those are useful things that are still utilized. Launch Bay?
Yeah.
I think the leading theory is Zootopia from Shanghai. Just like the Tron Light Cycle Run roller coaster maybe has, just like Ratatouille in Paris. Like they want to give it like a breathing time, like enjoy your exclusivity for 5 years and then we build it over in Disney World because that's what happens. Yeah. And eventually maybe we get Zootopia from Shanghai taking over this courtyard area.
I don't love that either.
We need as many fictional cities tailor-made to different kinds of animals, monsters, and creatures as we can get.
That's fine, but can we stop getting just like copies of everything?
No, this is what Walt Disney World is. We are the dumpster grounds for everyone else's sloppy seconds.
Or for something that somebody else paid to develop.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting some of like Tokyo Disney Seas like Fantasy Spring stuff in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
When you
please.
see you'd
Can
be
we get?
fine with those sloppy
I would be
seconds.
okay with those sloppy seconds if we modified them a little different, so they were slightly
No,
different. But
no, that'd be
at
worse.
least at the say no, or at least at the same level, because those parks actually spend money and do cool things.
Yeah, well, you close the Monsters Inc. ride over at DCA to build Avatar, and we get the limited motion static monsters figures for a roller coaster over here. This is what we do in the States. We don't build and design new things. We steal other people's things and move them
that
to Disney World.
they got paid to design by somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Why, it's that old adage, design
Oh.
once, build in Disney World.
You get paid to design it and then copy it later.
Let
We're
someone
fine.
else pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, Shanghai, like that's probably why we don't get the cool Tokyo stuff. Is the Oriental Land Company's like, no,
No.
it's
Yeah.
ours.
No, we paid for it. No touchy.
So I think it's Utopia, but only if the sequel does well, which it will, because it's
It will.
animals. It'll do fine.
Talking animals is a win.
I don't know about Moana 2, because they're talking about they're still talking about doing Moana ride in Adventureland at Magic Kingdom. I'm worried about Moana 2 being a straight to video sequel that's been blown up to. I mean, it worked for Toy Story 2, so who knows? Who knows?
Moana 2 at the same time they're filming Moana live action, which is ridiculous.
Just stop. If you remind me of it, I'm gonna puke in my mouth.
It's
I
just
don't know why it
it's getting to
exists.
be a little much. It's just getting to be a little much.
I don't know why it exists. So Zootopia would be funny though if they cloned that ride, because it would be the third trackless ride in this park that does the trick where it parks you into a little cubby and pretends to do like simulator stuff. And it has a simulated fall. Like it would be the third one doing the exact same gimmick.
I would like Disney to do better, please.
Whatever. I want a popsicle.
Yeah. Can
Like
I have
from
I want a popsicle.
No, the popsicle from Zootopia.
I know what you're talking about. I kind of want
Closet furry here. I'm excited for Zootopia.
Oh, jeez.
I can't have to cut that out.
I mean, you like rats, so it's really no surprise, is it?
The squirrel.
Oh yeah, Earl the squirrel. I forgot we're in that season. We're in the Earl season.
We're in Earl season. I'm drinking out of an Earl the squirrel mug right now,
Of
and
course
I
you
have
are.
a Earl and Pearl coaster and a candle going. Earl's Tree Farm. Next to my Tale of Earl the Squirrel book
Man.
that I'm going to get autographed in a week.
I saw the tree farm thing in front of Big Fire that yesterday or Friday. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, with the truck out front.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you looking forward to most in the new area?
I mean, I hope the coaster is good and enjoyable.
Yeah, but what are you really looking forward to?
No, Monster Pizza.
That's what I was trying to get you to admit. Okay.
It has to be Monster Pizza.
As long as we are on the same page.
Pizza Razzo. I'm always watching you, Wazowski. Like she's like an animatronic in a window, and you're eating, and every once in a while she comes through and she's like, "Be sure to put." How does she talk? It was like John Wayne.
Always watching.
Oh my god, that's good. Bunch of garbage in the can. I'm always watching.
Yeah, because that's what I want to associate with my pizza, a giant slug thing.
What? Oh, in a rag is better?
Yes, it's not slimy.
Pizza Razzo.
Always watching.
Dying.
Always watching.
What's great is that I'm gonna get 1,000 comments. They're like, "You stole my joke." I said that on Twitter. There'll be like 6 people told me that joke on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's having that joke. It's
and
perfect. It writes itself.
I'm so tired. I think I said Lebowski the first time because the dude, but
the big Wazowski.
Yeah. The dude. It's early, kids. I'm sorry.
It's Wazowski with one eye.
Well, I did say it once. It's Wazowski.
Get it? Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah. No. I'm intrigued by the theater. I'm kind of happy they're keeping it. I guess like that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a 3D show. Like, there's no way they do a 3D show. I don't even think it'll be screen based like Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. I really do think it could be a live action or even animatronic or puppets. Get some puppets in there.
It's kind of already tooled to be like a 4D show, so I wonder if they do that.
But you remove the penguins, you got enough room to build a stage there. You put some depth in that
Can
area.
we? You need to stop being so excited when you talk about removing the penguins because they are fun. Okay.
They were just there for the halibut. Oh no.
It's never ending. Never ending. Welcome to
No.
my life, kids. This is what it's like.
I love Monsters Inc. It's one of my favorite movies ever. And I think that while it is unfortunate to lose Muppet-Vision 3D, that area, and it's by Disney's own fault, has been decaying for years,
Yeah,
decades even.
they've let
And
it.
it's like they've been removing murals and color. They closed the stores. No one goes back there. I'm surprised Mama Melrose is even in business. It doesn't get good reviews. Some people love a couple things on the menu and they go like out of nostalgia, but there is no one in there when I go over there.
No, it
Absolutely
used
no
to
one in
be.
there.
It actually used to be pretty good.
This whole area used to be happening, and it's
Yeah.
just they've let it decay and they've built up everything else around it while taking away from this area. So it's not surprising that they would choose this as an area to replace. It's clearly been in the marquee being replaced at the front of Muppet Vision has replaceable letters. This has been in the making for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't. We're not. Never mind. I'm not going to go on a whole tirade about their upkeep lately either. So we're just going to leave that alone.
It's been gentrified to the point where they knew they were going to like easy layover replace. I'm almost relieved that at least a ride is being built at the back of this area and it's anchoring what could be an actual land for once instead of an afterthought.
I'm relieved that I don't have to walk from that part of the parking lot anymore.
Remember, I turned into Steven Spielberg. Remember what ET's friends look like, because you'll have to. Okay. Anyway,
Wait, how many remembers does he say in that show in the opening pre-show? Like,
looks like ET's ready to go. I think, how much coffee have I had?
not enough apparently. Let's go.
If Muppets had actually opened with the Swedish Chef restaurant and Muppet Vision 3D and the Great Muppet Movie Ride, maybe we wouldn't be having this situation.
Probably
But
not.
Jim's death obviously altered the plans. Thank God Frank Oz and everyone got the film and Muppet Vision done, which has already started.
Yeah.
But this was a half-finished land from the start. And by all accounts, it's a miracle that it has lasted this long. I'm not like in Disney in this day and age and the Muppets and how they just keep kind of screwing them. And the only thing that's ever good is like a made for Disney Plus Haunted Mansion short. Like we got like maybe one good Muppet movie since Disney took over.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The show was pretty good. The Mayhem show was pretty good.
I didn't watch that.
What is wrong with you?
I'm a bad Muppet fan.
What is wrong with you? That was actually pretty good. It's probably one of the better things they've done in a while.
Yeah, like I don't. Disney like treats them like their stepchild.
They do treat them like stepchildren.
They don't treat them with the respect they deserve. And you know what? We're getting a Muppet ride, even though it's a retheme of an existing roller coaster that's not age appropriate for Muppet fans. And we're getting shopping guaranteed. It says Muppet shopping is guaranteed for Sunset Boulevard, and that's more than I expect from this Disney.
I mean, that should show you though the outcry that happened and that they actually saw it, because we were like, no, excuse me, Disney, that would be bad.
So I'm not surprised it's happening,
but it kind of actually helped them too, because now they're two birds, one stone kind of thing. They get to fix the Rock and Roller Coaster finally, and like they've been talking about, or we've been talking about, I should say, as fans for years.
And I will end by saying there is talk and hubbub about one more shoe to drop when it comes to this park in 2025.
And what would that shoe be?
That's when all this is happening, by the way.
What would that shoe be?
We have time to go to Muppet Vision. We have time to go to Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, which is shocking that that's still a thing.
Are they finally going to kill the rest of the hidden Mickey?
No. We have one ear left?
One ear and two corner. Eyes.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep those going.
What's the other shoe? What do you think it's going to be? What's it going to be? Huh?
Tower of Terror gets rethemed.
To what?
I don't know. Muppets?
I think
I don't know. More age inappropriate Muppet retheme.
I might actually be more offended by that.
Probably Doctor Strange is my guess.
I'd be more offended by that.
Because they did another test with Doctor Strange out at I think it was at Jollywood Nights.
I love me some Doctor Strange, but I might have issues with that.
Well, you do the exact same thing as the mission breakout over at DCA, and you put some screens up, and when the doors open, strange things are out there. Ooh, it's the fourth dimension.
I cannot, even if you take the Twilight Zone out of it, I cannot explain how much I love the era and the look of the building, even if you take the Twilight Zone stuff out of it.
Well, maybe you keep it all the same, take away the Twilight Zone, and then they've set up a temporary sanctum inside of this old decrepit Hollywood Tower hotel.
Oh man. Yeah, to be honest, I'm less. This is weird though. As much as I love the Twilight Zone, and as much as I think the series for its time was genius and all that, but like I'm actually more protective of the era and the dusty, spidery, webby thing in the inside and the music and the vibes than I am of the actual IP.
Muppet-Vision has a big outcry, not just from theme park fans, but from Muppet fans.
Yeah, of course.
And I think a lot of people, it's theme park fans included, don't understand why we care so much about this old show, not realizing it's literally Jim Henson's last project.
Yes,
like he died while making it.
It's actual history. It's not just a
So
nostalgia thing.
We
That is
care.
the difference.
But for
Yes.
theme park fans, just casual theme park fans, you tell them Tower of Terror is closing. There might be a more public outcry from the loud theme park fans who don't understand the Muppet situation.
Yeah, exactly.
But do love, like we might have a situation. It's pretty much what happened at DCA, and then the ride opens and everyone loves it. So we'll see.
We'll see.
This is unsubstantiated rumor, but it feels like something Disney would do.
It does. Also, there's other places in the park that actually need more love than Tower of Terror. It's still kind of popular. So
we've said it many a times. I think we had a show about the current state of Hollywood studios 4 years ago.
Yep.
And we talked, it was very early in our podcast, and we talked about there are literally only 2 attractions in all of Walt Disney World that have a separate IP that they have to pay licensing for.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror.
It is.
So we have Muppets taking over one, and I definitely see the Muppets not expanding outside of that little cubby over there.
No, probably not. I mean, it would be nice if they actually do that to the theater over there, though. But I mean, we got like all that stuff, like Hyperion Theater and stuff. That stuff, they need to figure that out. That stuff is just weird walking by.
Oh, Monsters Inc.
Again, Monsters, I'm cool. I'm not happy to losing Muppets, but for what they're doing, it actually looks pretty good. Like, I can't really talk junk about this.
Maybe Pizza Rizzo could become Monsters University Mess Hall.
Always watching. Sorry.
I want to plug. I want to plug something before we close.
Okay, what are you plugging?
December 3rd. The new edition of the unofficial guide to Universal Orlando will hit bookstands everywhere. Whether you have a bookstore in your town still or not, I actually have a Barnes & Noble over here. You'll be able to find it there, or you can go to any bookseller online, including the unofficial guide's website, the actual official website.
That's cool. What's so special about this book? I
am now the official co-author of the unofficial guide to Universal Orlando 2025. It has DreamWorks Land is on the cover with the trolls, but if you look at the bottom, it has the full scoop on Epic Universe, and you'll see Seth Kubersky with Alicia Stella. My name is on the cover, co-author.
That's so cool.
So your full guide to Epic Universe is in this book.
You are officially a published author? Is that what you're trying to say?
I will be as of December 3rd, 2024.
Yay! How much are you going to charge me to sign my copy?
I can sign your copy. They're sending me some copy. They sent me my first one. I got to hold it in my hand, and that was pretty cool. If you remember last year, I had little sidebars throughout the book. I was a contributor to the unofficial guide to Universal Orlando. But this year, I am an official co-author.
You had the cute little artwork, too.
Yeah, the cute artwork.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so excited for you. I mean, not like I didn't see this coming or anything.
I've been working on it all year, yes.
I had no idea. I think it's pretty cool, actually.
Oh, the blurb says debut author, Alicia Stella. That's pretty cool.
It's even cooler that Seth even reached out to ask, because that's like, Seth is such a sweet dude. Like,
Seth is amazing. Seth,
he's really cool.
He's the hardest working person I know. Like, this book is good because of years and years of Seth's hard work, and like reading it, I'm obsessed with Universal Orlando, like literally obsessed. And I think I know everything. And I'm reading through this book before we started working on the new edition. And I'm like, I didn't know that, or I didn't think about that. Or like reading the section, like visiting Universal with kids, like now that I have a kid. And I'm like, these are some really good tips. Like it's a
Listen,
good section.
I've done scavenger hunts that set this set
Oh my
up.
God,
They are
yes.
difficult.
They
They
are.
are difficult, but fun. Very fun, but
I think
difficult.
we'll see how it plays out, but I think the most challenging thing was writing the touring plans for a theme park that has not opened yet. So
That's
trying
pretty
to
cool.
predict guest traffic, trying to predict what will have the lowest wait times at what time and the highest wait times at other times, when to eat meals, where to eat meals. And there are in this book touring plans for like someone who wants to get the whole park done in one day, someone who has 2 days to get the whole park done. You can do some more experiences, traveling with small children, traveling with older folks. There are full touring plans for all types of people. Oh, and thrill seekers, which is mostly just Starfall racers over and over again. But yeah. So check it out. You can go pre-order it now and get it on December 3rd if you order it. You can order it, from the unofficial guide website. I'll link in the description below, where depending on where you're listening to this, or just search it on the internet and it'll show up. It's for pre-sale on Target. I have a book that I worked on for pre-sale at Target.com. How cool is that?
You should send them all to Alicia. I will tie her to her desk while she signs with one hand and holds a baby with the other. It'll be fine.
If you see me in the parks, make sure to have your book with you and I'll sign it. Sure.
She charges $10. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So monsters.
Monsters.
Leave your thoughts if you're listening to this in a place that has comments, like on the YouTube. Leave your comment below about what you think about Monsters Inc. Leave
torn.
2 comments. Leave 1 comment about what you think about this new land coming to Hollywood Studios, and then leave a separate comment with your grievances about what it replaced.
I'm so torn. I mean, it looks good, but I also want to keep Muppets, but it looks good. And I know I understand it needs to be updated, but still.
I'm excited. Look at all these people in the art. I've never seen that many people in Muppets. Like, that'd be great.
When it opened.
Well, no. I think the Muppets Theater actually packs them in. I'm just talking about the area has no reason to stay.
Yeah. I know. Like I said, I'm torn. I actually don't hate this. I just don't love it. Because I have to. It's like I have to lose something I love to get something that looks pretty damn good for Disney lately.
I'll let 1,000 Muppet-Visions die to save Monsters Incorporated.
Yeah. Okay. We should go now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for tolerating us again. I guess. I don't know.